Hi students, and welcome to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian and I'm streaming to you from beautiful Victoria here in Western Canada. I hope everybody is having an outstanding week so far. In this class we are looking at IELTS speaking. Specifically, we're focusing on part 1 of the speaking section, and the topic here is artificial intelligence, or AI. As many of you know, artificial intelligence, or AI, like ChatGPT, DALL-E, have taken the internet by storm, and the IELTS exam creators like to choose topics that are familiar for people and that are popular worldwide. So there is definitely a chance that for those of you who are taking the IELTS exam this year, you might just come across this topic of artificial intelligence in your test. This lesson, these materials are presented to you by aehelp.com for academic IELTS. Definitely visit us there. For the general IELTS, visit us at gieltshelp.com. These are our websites. They house all of our materials, including practice exams, videos, and much, much more. Welcome, Domenico, hi, Anahita, Elizabeth, Anna, Asha. Nice to see many of our members. Ariadna, Deborah, nice to see our regular students as well. Everybody, we just had a class for premium students on our websites on Zoom yesterday. That was a task 1 about maps. I'm going to post that task 1 maps question and band 9 essay on our YouTube community post. The websites, everybody, look like this. This is academic English help right here, aehelp.com. We will use this website today in this class to interact with students, to actually practice speaking. You will hear me ask students questions, and you will hear students and viewers answer these questions through the website. You can click this big red button. It's right above my head there, to join the premium version of the course. It's a one-time payment for lifetime access, and you get all of our videos, practice exams, interactive courses, app for your phone, and weekly premium student Zoom, exclusive Zoom classes. We're an IDP affiliate, a British Council partner, an IELTS test registration center, and when you enter the code TECHNIQUE, kind of spelt in a funny way, TECHNIQUE9, for an additional 10% discount. Again, you only pay once, you get to keep it forever, and it doesn't cost a lot. Check the price in your country. Our goal is to help as many students as possible, and we have thousands of success stories every single month. General IELTS, gieltshelp.com, same idea, big red button, click it, join it, you're good to go. It's worth a couple bucks for sure. Drive Boy, Nora, nice to see you. Everybody, Carolina has joined the chat as well. You will see Carolina in blue. She is our chat moderator. She helps us to enjoy this or these classes, and she also answers questions as well for you. Carolina is not AI. She is a real human. And she will help you answer questions. But today's topic is artificial intelligence. So start thinking about that. Think about, have you used it? What have you heard about it? We'll get to it in just a moment. If you want to check out some of those premium student classes that are on Zoom, you can do it with this link. It's a playlist. It's actually, there's a lot of really good learning there. So definitely check that out. I just put that into the chat. And to make life easier, we also have the opportunity for you to purchase our courses through Shopify on YouTube channel. You should see shopping, Shopify. You can check out with Shopify and then do it that way as well. If you want to edit videos and you like video editing, you can also send me a CV. We might even have a job for you. So lots of opportunities. My email, everybody, is adrian@aehelp.com. That's my name, adrian@aehelp.com, or admin@aehelp.com will work also. This week, we have task 2 writing tomorrow for our channel members. Of course, everybody is welcome to watch. We'll have listening part 1 and part 2 for subscribers. We'll be using one of the exams from the website for that listening exercise. On Saturday, we'll have a speaking part 2. Joined by subscribers as well, and then speaking part 3 for everyone. Sunday we'll have another premium student on the website exclusive class on Zoom. That will be a speaking class as well. You can see where these classes are by looking at these icons. That's Zoom, that's on our website, and these ones are on YouTube. So that's how it works. Okay, everybody, if you are not confident with present perfect, or if you're not sure why people use present perfect in English in grammar, check out this video. It's very important for you to use present perfect in the speaking section. So instead of saying I went to France, you should say I have been to France. Complex grammar is a key aspect of your speaking score. So you need to use present perfect accurately, and to do that you should learn why you use present perfect. So check that out. That's a video on present perfect. Okay. Anahita is asking, can you conduct lessons about task 2 questions found on the website? Anahita, that's a really good question. You can definitely send me an email on that, and I think that would be a great topic for one of those exclusive classes for the premium students on Wednesdays. Okay. Salman Bahi, I don't know who you are, but I love you too. I'm sure you're an awesome person. Thank you for the kiss. Okay, students, let's get into speaking. This is speaking part 1, and please speak and repeat. So listening to me is the first step. It's a great step. To make it even better, copy what I say, copy how I say it. My accent, or my English, is West Coast North American. Again, I'm in Victoria, Canada, just north of Seattle and just west of Vancouver. Of course, a little further south is San Francisco and Los Angeles, where Domenico is. And that's why I was asking Domenico about Hollywood. So you're probably like, he kind of speaks English like in a lot of those Hollywood movies or TV shows. Yeah, I basically stepped out of an episode of Friends. I'm like Ross. Hi guys, hi. All right. With that aside, let's get into some IELTS speaking. So you go to your IELTS exam, show up 1 hour before. Make sure to practice your English before you go into the interview room. Do not speak in any other language except English. The IELTS administrators tell all of the people in the IELTS center, including all of the workers, that they have to speak in English and they should not speak in any other language. But sometimes people don't follow that rule, which is unfortunate. However, you need to pay attention to yourself. You just speak in English, no matter if somebody's speaking to you in German, Arabic, French, Russian, doesn't matter. You speak in English. Okay, it's important that your brain is tuned in, clicked on to the English language. All right. Find another candidate, practice with them. Say, hey, are you here for the IELTS exam? Yeah, me too. Do you want to ask me a couple of questions and I can ask you a couple of questions? Let's warm up. A teacher told me that you can get like an extra band score if we do this because we'll be more confident and fluent. And it's so true. Okay, so the IELTS examiner, once you go into the interview, will say, welcome to the speaking section of the IELTS exam. My name is Adrian. I will be your examiner. We are conducting this test in Victoria. The time right now is 7 o'clock. The speaking has 3 parts. I will give you instructions for each. This is candidate number 98732-2149, exam center 9YQ3R, and examiner number 77348. Let's begin. Now, why did I say all that? It wasn't just for fun. That's what the examiner tells you at the beginning. Use that preamble. So just like in these classes, if you're in these classes regularly, and you're like, well, Adrian is telling us all about the websites and about, you know, what we can watch and what we should do. During that time, prepare your mind, prepare your strategies, okay? So this is my first tip to you, everybody. Don't just stare at the walls. Ooh, that's a nice pink wall. Oh, did you ask me a question? No, so don't stare at the walls and don't be like, oh, I'm so nervous. Oh, who is this guy? Oh, who is this girl? Oh, I've never seen a native English speaker before. So don't be nervous. Instead, think strategies, okay? So think strategies. As soon as you sit down, even before, even when you show up to your IELTS test, you should be thinking about your strategies. Number one, okay, is give an answer plus an explanation to all of the questions. And then also 60% of the time, there's my plus sign, at least 60% of the time, include a smooth example. Okay, super duper important to do that. All right. Okay, I'm glad some people are finding me kind of funny. Okay. All right. And Deborah, if your speaking exam is through Zoom or through the computer, same idea. It's the same steps for preparation before you sit down. Okay. All right, so eventually, of course, the test begins and the examiner says, welcome to the speaking section of the exam. And then they'll say, can I see your identification? Right away, full sentence answer, not a yeah, sure. Because if you say yeah, sure, the examiner's thinking, here we go again. So you don't want the examiner going, here we go again. You want the examiner to think, oh, this person prepared, they're confident, they're ready to go. For the examiner to think, oh, this person prepared, they're confident, they're ready to go. When they say, can I see your identification? You should say, yes, gladly. Here is my passport that I had used to register. Please take a look. Okay? Nice full sentence. Polite and professional. You prepared. You know what you're doing. Great. This is going to be enjoyable. You want the examiner to feel that. You want the examiner to feel this is going to be an enjoyable professional conversation. Okay? So you want the examiner to feel that this is going to be a professional and enjoyable conversation. Okay? Just like Deborah here. Deborah says in the chat, so I'm looking at the chat, everybody. I'm looking at your answers. This is interactive. It's you and me. It's a live class. So Deborah says, certainly, here is my national ID card that I used to register for the exam about 7 weeks ago. Please take a look at my credentials. Okay. All right, Deborah, a couple of slight corrections, but otherwise looking great. Okay. Here's what Domenico has to say for us. Thank you for sharing, Domenico. I know it's early for you as well. You're up at 7:14 in this class. Good for you. Domenico says, certainly, here's my passport, which I used to register a few weeks ago. Allow me a moment to dig it out of my pocket. Please take a look at my credentials. Yeah, good. And this is nice natural language. Please allow me a moment to dig it out of my pocket. Okay? Sometimes we dig for items in our pockets, right? All right, and then the examiners will say, what is your full name? Again, use this question to show the examiner that you're prepared and you're ready to speak well and make this experience enjoyable for both the examiner and yourself. So what is your full name? My given name is Sandra, and my family name is Grant. Please call me by my nickname, Sandy. Okay? So, again, professional, clear, full sentence answer. Don't wait for the examiner to ask, what should I call you? They will if you don't tell them. So if you don't tell them, they'll say, what should I call you? That's part of their instructions, okay? So my given name is Sandra and my family name is Grant. Please call me by my nickname, Sandy. Okay, Sandy. For part 1, I will ask you a couple of questions to get to know you better and some questions on a general topic, okay? So give them the information. Speak in full sentences. Vaish Nadvat says, okay, sir, sounds good. All right. Domenico, nice, fast responses. That's great. You're paying attention. Domenico says, my given name is Domenico and my family name is Lafauci. Please call me by my English nickname, Dominic. Okay, perfect. I like it. Okay, that works. Sumit says, my given name is Sumit and my family name is Pandey. Please call me by my surname, Pandey, as everyone does. Okay, not do, as everyone does. Sumit, got it? Important correction. Don't make mistakes with these first couple questions. It sounds really awkward. It's hard to get a high band score if you're making mistakes introducing yourself. Okay, so don't make mistakes introducing yourself. Avoid that. All right, be well prepared to answer these questions correctly in multiple ways. Stan says, my given name is Shihao and my family name is Liu. Please call me by my English nickname, Stan. Sure, Stan. Okay, that works. You're getting the hang of it. Nice. Next question is, where do you live? Okay, as soon as you hear this question, think visualization and think structure. Okay, so I see myself in my house, in my office, right now, in my studio, right? I see myself in my neighborhood. I'm in a neighborhood called Fernwood. Okay, I'm seeing this. I see myself in the city of Victoria, where I am. I see myself on the southern tip of Vancouver Island. I see myself on the west side of Canada. Okay, and I see myself on planet Earth. Reminds me that, I should think about the examiner as a Martian. Speak to them clearly. Okay, so I live in a 3-bedroom house in the Fernwood neighborhood of Victoria, British Columbia, in Western Canada. Okay, great. I can basically find you. If I go to that neighborhood and I walk around for a little bit, I can probably locate you. That's what you want. Okay, again, repetition, everybody. Okay, where do you live? I live in a 3-bedroom house in Fernwood, in the Fernwood neighborhood of Victoria, British Columbia, in Western Canada. Anahita, it looks like you have a nice, organized, detailed answer that can get you a band 8, band 9. Anahita says, I reside in a 2-bedroom condo in Toronto, Ontario. One of the eastern provinces of Canada. I've been living here for a year with my family. Okay, I reside in a 2-bedroom condo in the city of Toronto. We don't usually say Toronto City. Okay, so in the city of Toronto, and you don't usually have to say that. So you just say Toronto, Ontario, one of the eastern provinces of Canada. Ontario, which is one of the eastern provinces of Canada. Okay, I've been living here for a year with my family. Now we have a correct sentence. Since a year ago, awkward English, Anahita. Avoid that. Okay. All right, and then the examiner will probably ask you one more question that's like a little bit of a friendly question. Now, people say, oh, the examiner's not marking me for these questions, right? Technically, they're not. So they're not really writing down marks on their sheet, but in their head, they're measuring your English for sure. They're measuring your English from the time you walk in the door. Okay? All right. Here we go. Al-Amin says, currently I live with my family in Magbazar area of Dhaka, the capital of Bangladesh, in a 4-bedroom house. Don't forget your residence. When you're answering that question, everybody, think about your residence. Like, think about the actual place that you're living in, right? So the house or the apartment or the condo that you're living in, that's good to mention. Okay, it's good for the examiner to kind of visualize that. Alfredo says, I live in a single room in Koforidua in the eastern region of Ghana. Nice, Alfredo. Nice, okay. It's good. Just a little bit of preposition correction there. Shakina says, I reside in a semi-detached house in Kagan, which is the heart of history in Bukhara, with my parents, which is the historical heart of Bukhara, Shakina. Okay. All right. And then the examiner will ask you this question. For instance, do you work or study? I both study medicine in college, and I work as an intern nurse at the central hospital in my city. In the future, I plan to be a doctor. Okay, great. Look at that nice correlative conjunction. Both study and work. Okay, I both study and work. Do you work or study? I both study. It's emphasizing, so using a correlative conjunction instead of just a coordinating conjunction gives stronger feeling to what you're saying. I both study medicine in college, and be specific. You can say in Camosun College. That's a college here in Victoria. I both study medicine in Camosun College, and I work as an intern nurse at the Central Hospital in my city of Victoria. In the future, I plan to be a doctor. Super. Don't overspeak. Don't underspeak. Find that right balance. You're going to just do fine in the IELTS speaking. Okay. Mahfuza has this answer for us. Mahfuza says, I study at University of Finance, at the University of Finance, which is my major, and planning to work after finishing my degree. Mahfuza, it sounds a little bit uncertain for me. Is the University of Finance, or is it the Department of Finance at the University of something? So is it something like I study in the... I have a feeling it's like this, but maybe you'll correct me. This is where you have to be a bit clearer in your answer. I study in the Department of Finance at the University of Tashkent, which is and finance is my, I would repeat it here, and finance is my major, since I'm planning to work after finishing my degree at a large accounting firm here in the city. Okay, so I need a bit more clarity there to know exactly what's going on. So Mafuza, a little bit clearer, but if I'm wrong, if there's actually a University of Finance, which is unlikely, but it's possible, then you have to know, or you have to let me know about that. Yeah, I see in the chat a lot of people are looking at our products too as well. So if you're looking at our websites, aehelp.com and gieltshelp.com, the websites that we use for these classes on Shopify, it's great. You can get it right through Shopify, right through here. You can get the access to all of our videos. The chat was just telling me that a lot of people are looking there. It's good for you. All right, so the examiner will now switch to the questions of part 1. So part 1 will be some hot topic that people usually can speak about. So it's sometimes sports, hobbies, food that you like, the weather. In this case, they might just talk about artificial intelligence. It's a very hot topic. Most people have some information about it, have watched videos about it. I think a lot of people are probably using it, or at least have tried using it, like ChatGPT, for example, asking it questions and such. Even simpler AI like Google Assistant could be considered AI, or Siri, for example, for Apple, or Alexa for Amazon. So all of these kind of computer software that you can ask questions from is a form of artificial intelligence. Okay. So the examiner says, let's talk about artificial intelligence. And you're going, ooh, I have nothing to say about that. I have no idea about this topic. Or, ooh, I play with ChatGPT all day, every day. I can talk about this till the sun comes up. In both cases, just relax. So this is my first tip here, everybody, whether you get really excited about this topic or freaked out. So if you are excited because you use AI every day, or scared because you never used AI, just relax, okay? Do your best and answer the questions clearly, okay? And Ariadna says, yeah, limit yourself. Don't get too excited. Yeah, Ariadna, that's probably for a person who's really excited and wants to talk a lot about it. Okay, and so here we go. Let's do this. So let's talk about artificial intelligence. What is your understanding of artificial intelligence? Give me a nice full sentence for this. This question is basically asking you, what is your definition? So what do you think artificial intelligence is? Again, give an answer, an explanation, an example, and then stop and wait for the next question. Okay? So I will do this, you do this, we'll compare answers. I think that AI is information that is produced by a computer in response to human questions. It is basically software thinking like a human, such as ChatGPT or Siri. Okay? So please don't try to describe the back-end code behind AI and the computer learning systems and the AI logic. I mean, yes, if your field is computers and you're really good in English and you can simply describe it with those words, then fine. But if your examiner feels confused, you're not going to get a very good score for coherence. Okay, you have to think about your audience, and maybe your examiner doesn't know much about AI either, right? You don't know that. Look at your examiner. If it's a 65-year-old man, they might not know a ton about AI either, or machine learning, right? So keep it simple, okay? The IELTS is not your computer science PhD dissertation, all right? Let's see what V gives us. V says, I see artificial intelligence as technology developed by software engineers to help humans with simple to complex activities such as ordering pizza or assisting with writing an essay for IELTS, like Chat GPT. Sure. Again, students, use your examples, okay? When you can throw in a simple example, do it, okay? It makes it much, much better, right? Michael White says, artificial intelligence refers to the simulation of human intelligence processes by machines, especially computer systems. These processes include learning, the acquisition of information. Good. That's a nice answer. See, I think a lot of you would do really well with this topic. This would easily be like a band 8, 9 answer. Same with V. Yours would be a band 8, 9 as well. Okay. All right. Strong Boy says, I think it is useful for humanity, but nowadays people are scared to use it. Even some others argue it is dangerous. However, I believe AI will help us to build the next human civilization. It's a little bit unclear what you're saying. What is your understanding of artificial intelligence? Yes, I kind of see what you're saying, but there's a lot of information there, and it's a little bit convoluted. Does everybody know this word convoluted, what this means? You want to avoid convoluted answers, okay? So, convoluted, right? It is a bit information heavy and difficult to interpret or understand. It's convoluted when you have too many ideas or too much information squeezed into one sentence in your writing or in your speaking. It's basically convoluted. It's like it's too crowded. You can think about it that way, like too crowded with information in this case. Okay. Yeah, ISAT says it's kind of tangled. Alexander says it's overly complex or difficult to interpret. It's convoluted. Absolutely. Okay, next question here, everybody. Can you name a few gadgets or tools that you use daily which incorporate AI technology? Okay, so this shouldn't be too hard, everyone. Okay, so yes, certainly. Give me an answer for this while I'm writing, just like many of you are doing in the chat. And again, I will take a look at it and give you a little bit of feedback on how you're doing, okay? All right, Strong Boy, it's not good for part 3 either. You need to give clear answers, okay? All right, so yes, certainly. Right off the bat, my mobile phone comes to mind. It uses Google Assistant and an app called Ask AI, which incorporates artificial intelligence to help me navigate the world around me in my daily life. Just before this interview, I used Ask AI to help me prepare with some speaking questions. Yeah, there you go. Now, because it says gadgets, definitely include two. Oh yeah. At home, my laptop and my TV also share these software. Okay, so make sure you respect the plurals of the question. So gadgets, tools. Okay, maybe your car uses AI as well. Okay, all right. Harry Prashat says, hello, sir. Thank you for your help in the preparation of IELTS. I just got a Band-Aid in my first try. Harry, that is so awesome. Thumbs up and a clap. Here, let me see. Can I clap? There we go. Harry, that is for you in the chat right there. Great work. Harry, send me your testimonial. Everybody, I'm sure that you have... many of you have seen these success stories on our website, and these are our former students like Harry here in the chat. We love to add your pictures and your words to our list of success stories. It helps to encourage other people to join our websites, to use those premium versions of the course by clicking these big red buttons, to get access to all of our materials and videos and prepare and really excel in the test, because Harry, a Band-Aid, is just awesome. It's just awesome. Even native speakers often cannot get that score. So good for you. Okay, that means that you're not just good in English, but you're a good communicator in English. So good for you. Okay, let's keep moving along. Next question, everybody. How do you think artificial intelligence has impacted your daily life? Don't overthink it. Keep it simple. Okay? How do you think artificial intelligence has impacted your daily life? Now, impacted means affected with an A as a verb, right? So, well, I know for a fact that AI has had a major effect on my everyday life. In many ways, it makes my life easier and more enjoyable. I asked Chat GPT the other day to create a graphic for my assignment on nature, and it produced a beautiful picture to accompany my writing, which would have taken me days to create. Okay, so there's my answer. Again, answer in the chat, everybody. I will look there regularly for your answers. So repeat after me. Speak and repeat. How do you think artificial intelligence has impacted your daily life? Well, I know for a fact that AI has had a major effect on my everyday life in many ways. It makes my life easier and more enjoyable. I asked ChatGPT the other day to create a graphic for my assignment on nature, and it produced a beautiful picture to accompany my writing, which would have taken me days to create. Okay, notice all that nice grammar, has, had, present perfect, right? Which would have taken. Okay, conditional adjective clause in the perfect tense. They're looking for that complex grammar. If you're not using English in this way, make sure to learn that. Again, for a really great video on present perfect and how to use present perfect, check this out when you have a moment. I put that up. It's like a podcast, and I put that up the other day for you. So check it out. All right. Anahita's using Test Glider. Yeah, Test Glider. We use AI on the websites as well, right, Anahita? Anahita says this. Let's check it out. Anahita says, AI has affected my day-to-day life positively. Indeed, it has enabled me to be independent by doing self-studies. Currently, I'm studying my lessons without attending any institution by the help of gadgets, including ChatGPT and Test Glider. Anahita, gadgets are hardware. So here it's software, including ChatGPT and Test Glider. Anahita is one of our premium students, everybody, and what she's talking about is here in your My Student account. It's called Test Glider, and it's an AI computer-based IELTS exam system that we have. You can try it for free. There's one full, complete practice exam for the IELTS computer-based with AI-assisted technology. And all you have to do is click that green button and then try it. And if you decide you want all 8 of those, you can buy it even from the free account at a 40% discount, so 40% off. It's $27 US, which is really good. It's like, how much? Like less than $4 per exam, complete exam with AI assistance. So super useful for sure. Okay, so Anahita, it's good that you're using Test Glider. I'm sure you enjoy it. In my honest opinion, the speaking and writing assessment is not perfectly accurate yet for AI. So if you ask ChatGPT or if you ask Test Glider to measure your band score, it's usually not too accurate, but that's why you can actually send us your task 2 writing and your speaking recordings for free to these email addresses, and then we'll actually give you a free band score estimate that's not AI, but it's human, okay? And that will be accurate. Our assessments are usually within a half a band score. So a lot of students are like, oh, you assessed me at band 7, I got a band 7 on my test, right? So it's very accurate. All right. Harry says Test Glider was very useful for my preparation. Yeah, Harry, absolutely. Yeah, no question about that. It's 100%. All advertising and jokes aside, Test Glider is super effective, I think, for preparing, especially for the computer-based exam. Yeah, I think it is the best IELTS AI software on the internet right now. It's Test Glider. That's why we have it on our website. That's why we partnered with them. Okay, so let's get into some volunteering. You're probably getting a little bit tired of my voice. Maybe not, but to make it more exciting, let's hear the voices of your peers, so we can actually interact with each other through this YouTube live stream using our website. For those of you who want to volunteer, who want to participate, go to aehelp.com. And you can create a free account or a paid account. It's totally up to you. No pressure. You don't have to buy the course right now. So you can go to the free, or you can use the free account with the green try demo button. And of course, if you if you're like, hey, you know what, it costs $40 in my part of the world, I'll just get the full course and let's do this. Then of course, just click the red button. Now, once you do that, you go to your My Student account. In your My Student account, you click on Student Partner Speaking, which is right there. Okay, and again, you have computer-based practice exams, full online interactive course. If you get our course and Test Glider, like if you're like, okay, I'm going to spend $100 and just do this, then that's awesome. Between Test Glider and our software, you've basically got everything you need to really improve your scores. Okay, anyway, let's go to student partner speaking. And then in the student partner speaking, there are your classmates: Ivan, Said Islam, Ariadna, Anahita, Thu, Rahul, Deborah, Alexander, Izat, Miguel. Awesome to see all of you here already. And you'll see me in here as well, everybody. You're going to see me in here as Master, all capital letters, easy to see, easy to identify. And then beside my handle, so beside the Master handle, you'll see this blue envelope. And then, of course, a lot of our premium students know what they're doing. They're sending me a message saying, hey, I want to volunteer, or I want to try this. Okay. And then we can begin. Let's start with Rahul today. Rahul says, I want to volunteer. Okay, Rahul, are you ready? And I'm going to give as many of you as possible a chance to interact and practice these, okay? Carolina also put the instructions into the chat for everybody, so check it out, okay? All right, Rahul says yes. Hi, Rahul.
Hello, Jen. How are you doing?
I am doing fantastic. How are you doing, Rahul?
I'm fine.
Awesome. Rahul, could you tell everybody where you are in the world so they can just picture you?
Okay, I'm from Chittagong, the post city of Bangladesh.
In Bangladesh. Thank you, Rahul. All right, Rahul, are you ready for a few part one questions on artificial intelligence?
Yes, of course.
Okay, let's do it. Let's talk about artificial intelligence. What is your understanding of artificial intelligence?
By artificial intelligence, I mean the use of human brain to do any digital task. AI mainly stands for artificial intelligence. In nowadays, artificial intelligence has grown exponentially. Last Friday, I have used ChatGPT, which is a product of AI to master my
Can you
English.
name a few gadgets or tools that you use daily, which incorporates AI technology?
The technology which incorporates AI are ChatGPT and AI Assistant. ChatGPT mainly helps us to do our tasks faster, and Google Assistant helps us in transforming the voice command to text and doing our task. Just last Friday, and I have used Google Assistant to lighten my home.
Okay, good, Rahul. It's a good start. Okay. You realized when I interrupted you after that first question that you're over speaking, right? So in the next one, you tried to limit yourself more. You're like, okay, I got to make that a little bit shorter. Good for you. Okay, so you have a good idea, Rahul, of the structure. You're giving me an answer. You're using the question. You're giving me a little bit of explanation, and then you're including an example. That's great. And of course, the goal is to make that concise. So have the three parts, have the answer, explanation, example, and do it in a concise way. Grammar can help you with that, right? So using connections like because, therefore, can help you to make it a bit more concise. Okay, your band score is about a 6.5 for those answers, Rahul. You were fluent, but I was a little bit confused on some parts, maybe because of your word choice or your grammatical mistakes or over speaking. So in order to get 7, you have to be clearer. You have to be a little bit more coherent, more concise. Okay. When I said, what is your understanding of artificial intelligence? You said, by artificial intelligence, the use of the human brain. And I got a little bit confused there at the beginning. It wasn't 100% clear for me, but I kind of got what you were talking about. So it was okay. Simplify it, right? So I think artificial intelligence is basically computers thinking like humans, okay? So really try to simplify. Can you repeat that after me? I think AI is basically computers thinking kind of like humans.
I think AI is mainly computers thinking like humans.
Perfect. Okay, that was a really nice, clear answer. So when you start like that, then I'm like, oh, okay, that's definitely on the way to a band 9 because it's just very clear communication. That's the number one aspect that the examiner is looking for is, do I understand what this person is saying in relation to my question? Okay. And then the next part, a few gadgets. You said the technology which incorporates AI is ChatGPT. This is what I said to Anahita. Gadgets are actual hardware. So if your computer uses AI, your mobile phone, your car, your house, your music player. So there are lots of different tools that or gadgets that could use AI. Maybe at your workplace, you have some gadgets that use AI. Those are the gadgets and the tools. Tools you can kind of think of like software like ChatGPT, but you have to be a bit careful, okay? The other aspect, Rahul, and listen up everybody, this is important for part 1. Can you name a few gadgets or tools that you use in daily life? So you're talking about me. You're like, the technology which I use that incorporates AI is my phone. I use ChatGPT on my phone. It helps me to complete tasks faster. You switched to people. You said it helps people. It helps us. Try not to do that, Rahul, in the speaking.
Okay.
Do you understand what I
Uh,
mean?
yes, I have gone off topic.
Yeah, so the examiner's like, when you start saying like us or we, then in the examiner's head, they're thinking, no, 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 I'm asking about you. I'm asking about your gadgets, like your tools that you're using, not people, not society, right? So you don't want to go off topic. You want to make sure that your pronouns are really accurate. Okay, I'm going to actually write that here for everybody. So tip, pay very careful attention to your pronouns. That's not necessarily an English mistake, Rahul. We make that mistake in our everyday speech in any language where we don't use the correct pronouns. So we use they or us or we when we're talking about like me or you. And then sometimes, like your friend will be like, are you talking about everybody or are you talking about you right now, right? And you have to be like, no, 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 I'm talking about like myself, right? So it's kind of a thinking situation almost more than a language situation. Do you get what I'm saying, Rahul?
Yes, yes, I understood.
Yeah, so you want to be really careful with that. Can you try to answer this one more time, but just really pay attention to the pronouns and say I, me, my? So can you name a few gadgets or tools that you use daily which incorporate AI technology?
The technology which incorporates AI is ChatGPT and Google AI. ChatGPT have
Yeah, let me help you a little bit, Rahul. So the technology which incorporates AI, like ChatGPT or Google Assistant, is my phone and my smart speaker at home. I use these for entertainment, like asking it to play some songs. When I get home from school, I always ask Google Assistant to play my favorite music. Okay, so one more time. Can you name a few gadgets or tools that you use daily which incorporate AI technology?
that the technology which incorporates AI is ChatGPT. ChatGPT helps us to do tasks
No, 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 no,
faster.
no, no, no. Don't read. Don't read. Listen to what I'm saying. Rahul, everybody pay attention when you're repeating. So inside, the magic happens inside your head, okay? Rahul, imagine yourself going home from school, taking out your phone from your pocket, talking to your smart speaker at home or your TV or whatever you have there and say, please play this song from Elvis Presley, right? So visualize that. And then you can say the technology that incorporates AI, like ChatGPT or Google Assistant, is my phone and my smart speaker. I use these all the time for entertainment. Yesterday, when I got home, I asked Google Assistant to play my favorite song. Okay, try that. Can you name a few gadgets or tools that you use daily which incorporate AI technology?
The technology which incorporates AI gadgets like ChatGPT is my phone, which I use to do my task.
Just yesterday, I asked it to.
Just yesterday, I asked it to do my programming code, and it solved it within minutes.
Much better. Rahul, that was much better. Do you realize now how that was just a much clear answer now. So I got you now. You use ChatGPT, your phone incorporates this technology, and you just used it to help you do some coding. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Much better. So now you want to say that smoothly with strong confidence, and you'll do great. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
All right, Rahul, that was really good. So keep assessing, reassessing, because I think you should get at least a band 7, 7.5 on your test, but you have to give the right answers, okay?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Rahul. Bye for now. Okay, everybody, let's give Rahul a clap or a thumbs up in the chat, because he was working really hard, and I was really pushing him to do better and better and better. There's my actual thumb, Rahul. Carolina has given you some thumbs up as well. All right, let's take another person here. Let's take Alexander. We haven't heard Alexander's voice in a while. Let's check in with Alexander. Alexander's not a premium student of our website, but he is a very studious, hardworking individual regularly in these classes. Alexander, are you ready? Okay, and I've got my eye on everybody else here. I see Ivan, Ariadna, Said Islam, Miguel, Thu, Deborah. I see all of you in there. Don't you worry. We've got a bit of time. Absolutely. Okay. BTS My Life. To join the conversations, you have to go to our website. So at BTS My Life, go to aehelp.com, create an account, and then go to the student partner speaking. Okay. All right, Alexander. Good evening, Alexander.
Yeah, good morning, sir. Good morning.
How are you?
Not too good, man. Not too good. Like
No.
it's set in my favorite movie.
One way to say that, Alexander, is it could be better. It could be better.
It could be better, yes.
It could be better. All right. Well, hopefully I will be able to distract you a little bit from your troubles. Let's talk about artificial intelligence. How do you think artificial intelligence has impacted your daily life?
Oh, it has impacted a lot. I even could not imagine how I could live daily without artificial intelligence. Starting from daily search in YouTube and continuing finding the best way through my car navigator, which helps me to avoid huge traffic jams here. So definitely it has impacted my life tremendously, and unfortunately I cannot live without artificial intelligence already.
Do you think artificial intelligence can play a significant role in education? Why or why not?
Of course, it's crystal clear that it will help in education to make process simpler, quicker, avoid biased influence of a human being. So I think it will greatly improve and speed up the process of education if it will be monitored correctly and controlled by humans still, yes.
Okay, let me give you some feedback. All right, Alexander, I think that your score there so far would be about a band 6.5. So it's between fluent and good. The reason for this is I think, you know, it's easy with this topic to get really theoretical and to have a lot of ideas coming to mind. So as we talked about earlier, and you actually answered that vocabulary I saw in the chat about convoluted. So it's easy to become convoluted with our answers on this topic of AI, right? So we have to really control our thoughts and words to just give very basic, simple concepts to the examiner and not try to have too much going on. And I know you were working hard to do that because you kind of stopping and being methodical in some parts. Let me give you a little bit of correction on grammar and the way to express these ideas and how to string them together so it's a bit more fluent and coherent. Here we go. So I said, how do you think artificial intelligence has impacted your daily life? I love how you used the question in the present perfect right away. That was great. You said, oh, it has impacted a lot. You do need the subject here. So you need to say, oh, it has impacted my life a lot. Okay. So, oh, it has impacted my life a lot. And then you said, I even could not imagine how. I could not even imagine is the right order of words. I could not even imagine how I could live is a bit wordy. So I could not even imagine life or my life today without the help of AI. Okay, so that's a little bit less wordy and a little bit easier to understand. You don't want to just speak English, right? You want to speak great English. So you want to express it in kind of natural, easy to understand ways. Let's just try these first two sentences together, Alexander. And again, this is for everybody. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So, oh, it has impacted my life a lot. I could not even imagine my life today without the help of AI.
Oh, it has impacted my life a lot. I could not even imagine how can I live without AI.
You really want to use that how. Students, here's an important tip for good English, okay? Usually in good speaking and good writing, when you want to express a statement, so not a question like how do you do or how does that work, when you want to express a statement, the rule is generally, and an English professor will tell you this, is to avoid the how in your statement. So avoid using question markers like how or what in your statements whenever possible. Okay, so this is a tip for both writing and speaking.
Okay,
in speaking and writing, it's not incorrect, and we do use it in statements, but it's good practice to avoid using it. Okay, so in speaking and writing, avoid the use of how or other question markers in statements. Okay, so I could not even imagine my life today without the help of AI. Okay, one more time. So, oh, it has impacted my life a lot. I couldn't even imagine my life today without the help of AI.
Oh, it has impacted my life a lot. I couldn't even imagine how couldn't even imagine to live without AI nowadays.
Exactly. So usually what happens when we get stuck on that question marker like how is it's followed by the object. So here it's my life, right? So all you have to do is focus on the object and forget about the question. So I couldn't even imagine my life today without the help of AI. Try it one more time, Alexander.
I couldn't even imagine my life today without using AI.
Exactly, right? So now because you focused on that object, your brain just cleared the question marker and it's an easier, better sentence. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So focus on these slight little corrections, Alexander, and do lots of repetition. It's great to make that improvement. And I always love hearing your voice and your thoughts. So I'm glad that you're not spending your time in busy traffic jams and and navigators helping you get out of those. All right, Alexander.
Just go, especially stay in the good Wi-Fi connection to
right.
To you.
Wi-Fi is worth gold these days.
It's part of AI as well, by the way.
Exactly.
Yes.
Alexander, well, I hope your mood picks up a little bit now.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Have a nice day.
You
Have a
too.
nice day.
Bye, Alexander. All right, that was Alexander. Let's give him a thumbs up. He is a hockey fan as well, and I think he's rooting for my team here in Vancouver, the Canucks. So hopefully. All right. Students, if you get this message that just popped up on my screen, the WebSocket closed, it means that you lost your connection to the chat, just like I did. Easiest fix for that is to just refresh the page or hold down the shift and refresh the page, and then it will reload the chat for us. Let me try that one more time. Worst case scenario, I can fix that for us. In these live classes, we have a lot of people hammering onto the chat servers, so that could lead to a little bit of a disturbance in the force, but not to worry. I can fix that. It'll literally just take me about 2 seconds, and then we'll get back to it. So I'll refresh the page. You should all refresh the page now. And then again, for those of you who want to volunteer, just send me a message and say, I'd like to try, or I want to volunteer. Okay, and then we can jump right in. Ivan, you've been very patient here at the top. Are you ready? Okay, let's give Ivan a chance to interact.
How are you?
I'm great, Ivan. How are you?
I'm great also.
Okay. Ivan, can you just tell everybody why you are studying the IELTS exam?
I already took my IELTS exam, and now I'm studying to just improve overall, especially speaking.
Great. Yeah, absolutely. And it's a good place to do it, and the website is a good place to do it. So students, make sure you keep that page open when you have the website open, so that if another student comes online and wants to practice, they can ping you. Okay, that page that we're using here, that Ivan and I are interacting on, it's not just for these classes, but it's for your regular learning and study. And the more people that have that page open throughout the day, the better the chance that everybody can practice their speaking. So Ivan, great, thank you for that. All right, Ivan, you ready to jump in on some of these questions?
Yep, I think so.
Okay, then let's continue talking about artificial intelligence. How do you feel about the integration of AI in the workplace?
I have mixed feelings about this because artificial intelligence may be used in a workplace in a good or on the opposite, in an unethical way. Good application of AI on workplace is to use tools which are powered by such as tools for natural language processing, navigation tools for specific working problems, and many others.
Do you believe artificial intelligence could ever fully replace human intelligence?
No, I don't believe that, because artificial intelligence is very limited for a very specific problem to solve. And the general failure of AI is proven by current situation of autopiloting feature in the cars. Now it's well known that it's not, it doesn't work generally in all situations, and accident happens, unfortunately.
Ivan, that was good. Okay. So I think that your band scores are under 7 for those. Okay, so that's good. And I liked how I felt that you're limiting yourself. I could feel, and examiners appreciate this. Listen up, students, for those of you who are getting ready soon for your IELTS speaking tests. The examiner appreciates when they sense that the candidate is able to limit themselves without the examiner having to interrupt the student. So I could tell that Ivan has a lot of opinion on these questions and could probably talk to me for minutes for these 2 questions, right, Ivan? Did I feel that right? That you could talk to me for at least a good minute or 2 for each of these questions?
Yes, I believe so. Probably for hours.
Right. So, and I kind of felt that there was a point in both of your answers where you're like, okay, he gets it, and he knows that I have a lot more opinion, but this is not the place. I'm not here to convince him over a 20-minute discussion, and he's probably going to interrupt me anyways. So I'm just going to stop and wait for that next question, and I can express my thoughts further. And I felt that, and you want the examiner to feel that. You want the examiner, because that's an intelligent conversation where you give space to the other person to ask a question or process what you're saying. So that was well done, Ivan. That was really good. You gave an answer, you gave some explanation, and as soon as you felt like, oh, okay, that's about the right point, then you just found that place to stop. You stopped with confidence and waited for the next question, and that helped to get a better score for sure. Pay attention to a really nice expression here, everybody, that Ivan used. When I said, or when I asked, how do you feel about the integration of AI in the workplace? I could tell that Ivan thought for a moment. Obviously, it is a thinking question. You can definitely say that's a good question. It's actually an issue at my workplace. And then you can say, I have mixed feelings about this. I have mixed feelings about this. In this situation, I feel is a much better answer than saying it depends. Okay? It depends is okay, and you can go about it and you can explain it like that. But the mixed feelings here is a really accurate and nice natural way to express this answer. And I think, Ivan, you nailed that. So that's definitely, one aspect that's like, okay, that's like a band 8, band 9 type of thinking and response. I have mixed feelings about this because artificial intelligence may be used in the workplace in a good or unethical way. Okay, all of that was great. The explanation, Ivan, I found a little bit tricky to understand. I didn't quite clearly understand what are the positive and negative ways to use it. So for those of you who are, really aiming for those high band scores, make sure to really evaluate your explanations. So think about the simplicity and the efficiency of your explanations, okay? So in a simple way, Ivan, what is a positive way? Can you explain what is a positive way to use AI in the workplace?
The positive way to use AI in a workplace is to use an automation tools powered by AI.
Okay. Yeah, let me help you simplify that. So a positive way to use AI is with automated tasks. Okay, so this is where knowing those adjectives is very helpful. Automated tasks that can be boring. Like what? Like what would be an automated task that could be boring that AI can help to automate?
You tell me, it's your idea. I meant something different.
Okay, so so when you're thinking of an example, everybody, and I'm going to help you here, Ivan, so it's not me giving you the answer, but you giving yourself the answer. So you're a teacher, you work with curriculum design. I'm sure you interact with colleagues, coworkers, partners, etc. What kind of situation do you often see where you're like, oh, ChatGPT could just take over this for me in your daily tasks?
I personally consider use of ChatGPT sort of unethical, and I don't recommend and I don't entertain it.
Okay.
But I would recommend to use AI-powered tools for language processing.
Okay, sure. So you saw yourself maybe at the airport and somebody like just hitting buttons like picked up, missing, exactly. Okay, sure. So a positive way to use AI with automated tasks can be boring. Like processing luggage at an airport. Sure.
I would pick strategy about more accurate result of performing some task.
Yeah, I'll tell you one place where I find it extremely useful, and maybe this will also be a little bit helpful to everybody. Standard contracts. So there are a lot of standard contracts in business, like a NDA, like a non-disclosure contract or a basic agreement contract, and it gets really boring and cumbersome to try to write contracts on your own. ChatGPT is awesome for that. It's like, hey, ChatGPT, compose a contract for a confidentiality agreement for this company, and it puts it together. You read it, you make a couple adjustments, and it just saved you hours of work.
I wouldn't give this example because of not not a long time ago, there was a case when some attorney built his case using ChatGPT, and it was exposed, and it was complete failure. I don't.
Okay, so Ivan, that's an extreme case. I'm not saying that lawyers should build their case using AI. I'm talking about everyday contracts, like for example, a non-disclosure contract or confidentiality contract.
There's a case
Simple.
When employees use ChatGPT, for example, they become incompetent in their job. They literally forget how to perform their responsibilities at work.
I agree with you, Ivan, but let's not digress there, right? So here it's just the IELTS. We want to stay on the surface. We want to keep it simple here. So a negative way is to use it for replacing. Yeah, go ahead.
Negative way is to use it for collecting personal data. In the workplace, there can be cameras, and AI may be used to perform surveillance over the employees.
Okay, sure, absolutely, great. Yeah, so simple, right? All right, now we've got a nice simple answer, and without overthinking it, right? Like again, Ivan, like you said, we could talk about this for hours, but IELTS is not the place to do it, right? So here, we just keep it simple. I have mixed feelings about this because artificial intelligence can be used in the workplace both in a good or unethical way. I guess a positive way to use AI is with automated tasks like creating boring standard contracts. A negative way is to use it for collecting personal data or surveillance of workers. Okay, try that.
I have a mixed feelings about this because artificial intelligence may be used in the workplace in a good or unethical way. A positive way is to use AI with automated tasks that can be boring, like writing contracts. A negative way is to use it for collecting personal data or surveillance.
Nice. Yeah. Okay, that would easily be a band 8 to band 9 answer for sure. Okay, Ivan, thank you a ton, and I'm glad that you're here and practicing your English. It's
thank you for your feedback. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome.
Have a nice day.
You too. Bye, Ivan. All right, let's give Ivan a thumbs up, everybody. That was really good. So simplicity in the IELTS, right? And again, Ivan did a really good job limiting, right? And that's you should learn that tip from Ivan, the limiting of the answer. So good job, Ivan. There's a big thumbs up from me. It seems my WebSocket is closed again, which means there are a lot of people pinging me, which is good. I'm just going to refresh the page and then just ping me again. I see ISAT, Ariadna, I know that you pinged me. ISAT has also pinged me. Okay, Ariadna, I'll give you a chance to ping me because I don't want to force you. ISAT, sure, are you ready? Okay, let's give ISAT a chance. We've got about a good 10 minutes left in the class here, so that definitely gives a chance for a few more students. ISAT, here we go.
Oh.
Hi, ISAT.
How are you?
I am good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking.
Awesome. All right, ISAT, you're being studious. You're attending classes regularly. That is the path to success. So you've got the right attitude. Good for you. Are you using the course? I see that you're a premium student. Are you using the course regularly? Like you're going through the slides and the tests and other tools, videos?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whenever I get a chance, I see the slides there.
Perfect. Great. That's great. Okay, let's get into some of these questions. So let's talk a bit more about artificial intelligence. What are your thoughts on the ethical implications of developing and using AI?
So I think there are certainly some obligations that people should follow when they have a chance to use AI. Like I from my own experience, I can say when I use ChatGPT or Bard, there is always some sort of restrictions relating to politics or even in medicine, like such ethical things, norms, I would say, are already being set up. So that's my point.
Are there any particular advancements in AI you are looking forward to or a bit concerned about?
Uh, I'm really thinking about the pricing. So I think it's quite expensive and not so affordable for everyone to use ChatGPT, but there are certain alternatives to that. And I think in the near future, it would be great if there are some replacements to GPT-4 for free in order to make people more engaged in new technologies.
Why are you concerned about the pricing?
uh, just because in many developing countries, many people uh, don't think using that even the slight amount of money on AI. Yeah, it would be great to provide first them with free services. Then, when they tried that for some time, after the companies may switch them uh, uh, to paid options.
Okay, I'm going to stop there and give you some feedback. I was challenging you there, that last bit what I was asking you there. It could happen in part one. It's more likely to happen in part three, where you get that level of detail or question. But I was just seeing what you would say to that. Is that so? We'll come to that in just a moment. Okay, I think your speaking is definitely a solid 7.5 to 8. Okay, so that was definitely a good to very good response to those questions. Nice, natural intonation. I could tell that when you're slowing in your speech or taking a pause, it's not for vocabulary or grammar, but it's for thinking, and that's absolutely okay. In fact, that's a good idea. You used great vocabulary. You said, I think there are certainly some obligations. It was a very nice phrasing there. Your ideas were easy to understand. They were coherent and easy to follow. You said, from my experience of AI, I can say that when I use ChatGPT or BART, there are some. Is it BART or BARD?
It's a BART with D.
With D, yeah, right. There are some,
Yeah.
yeah, there are some sort of restrictions in politics or medicines. These norms, these are norms for this technology. And you don't have to weaken, or you don't have to make yourself sound uncertain by saying or something like that, or it's like that at the end. Just keep that part out. Your answer is fine. Have a strong finish, stop with it, and then wait for the next question. Okay. Do you know what my first question was for ChatGPT when I very first used it, the very first day? Is that?
No.
Alexander might be able to guess. I was like, who do you think will win the NHL this year? Hockey.
For predictions.
Sport predictions, that's right. Guess what ChatGPT said? I am not permitted to make inferences and guesses on sports because it's risky for sports betting. I was like, of course that's what I was going to do, is bet on sports. So I thought it would be great for sports betting, but yeah, no, ChatGPT won't let you bet on sports. So, too bad. Well, because, of course, ChatGPT can research the entire internet in a flash, and it knows if if a player is injured, or if they're having family issues that could interrupt the way that they play, because it searches all their Twitter accounts and Instagram, and it would take me days, months to do all that research, right? And it can research all of that and compare it in a second. And you know what my next thought was? I was like, is everybody restricted to this information, or do some people get the answer from ChatGPT?
Like a blacklist.
Right, yeah, there might be a little secret club there that does have the answer of who is likely to win the cup this year. Anyway, but yeah, so you got that. So of course, politics, medicine, sports, there are lots and lots of places where ethical concerns are relevant, of course. Okay, here I asked you in the next question about the advancements, and you said pricing. I thought that was a really smart answer. So you're concerned about the pricing, and then I asked you why you're concerned about the pricing. I think you started to explain it, but then kind of didn't really finish or didn't make sense. You started to talk about how many people in developing countries maybe don't have access to ChatGPT. What do you
Yeah.
think that creates? There's actually an expression for that. Have you heard this before? It's called the digital divide. Have
It's
you heard of
like a
this?
vacuum.
It's not a vacuum. It creates a gap between social classes. So if you have the money
Ah,
to pay for ChatGPT and you can use it to help you build a website, build a business, build a contract, then obviously you're going to have a major advantage over people who can't afford to use it, right? So
yeah.
it's like having computer workers, right, that can work for you, and of course you can profit from that. So it creates a digital divide, and if you don't know this term digital divide, then you can say it creates an economic gap.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let me say the whole sentence and then you can copy me as that. So I'm worried about the high price of AI because I think it creates an economic divide between those people who can afford it and those people who can't.
I'm really worried about the pricing because it creates a gap between people who can afford it and uh, between people who can't.
Exactly. Okay. So again, it's once we say it, it's like, oh, that makes sense. It's simple, right? But you just have to think about it, right? So, Azat, really good
Yeah.
for students who are like Azat that can answer these part one questions quite well, fluently with good grammar, good vocabulary. Use most of your time to focus on part two and part three questions when you're preparing for the exam. Okay, Azat? So
Okay.
90% of your IELTS speaking practice should be focused on part two, part three speaking. Okay?
hmm
All right. Thank you so much, Azat, for volunteering.
Thank you for giving me a chance
Okay. Have an
for
awesome rest
participating.
of the day. Yeah, you too. Bye, Azat.
Bye.
All right, that was Azat. Let's give Azat a thumbs up. There we go. Zoraida, I'm doing very, very well. I've run out of time, everybody. I'm just noticing that. And we have a ton of students in here who I see would love to volunteer, like Ariadna and Thu and Miguel. And I would love to be here with you longer, but I do have to get to some other matters in the day. However, communicate with each other. Ariadna, you could totally contact Thu. So you're all here right now. Ariadna, you could just send Thu the same message and say, hey, do you want to practice some of these questions about AI? And then you could do that. Miguel, you could contact Murtazo, for example. Okay, so this isn't just let's talk to Adrian, although I'm happy for that. It's also let's talk to each other. Become one of these great success stories on our website, everybody. Use the premium version of our course. It's really, really helpful. And we have some more speaking classes coming up for premium students through Zoom this week as well on Sunday. So to join the premium version and to get access to those Zoom classes as well, live classes, click that big red button there. Okay. Thank you to all of my volunteers today. You were fantastic. I'll definitely be looking for a few more female volunteers coming up because I think it was very male dominated today. If I just realized that, I'm like, oh, is that mostly just guy voices? Did I even hear a girl voice? Okay, so anyway, I'll balance. Thank you so much, everybody. I think this is a fantastic topic to practice. I definitely think artificial intelligence could come up in your next IELTS exam as a topic for sure. It's a hot theme of today. aehelp.com, glshelp.com, AI powered IELTS testing available on those websites through Test Glider. Premium students, your live Zoom exclusive class links will be out tomorrow later in the day, so in about 24-30 hours or something like that. Hi, you're super welcome. Anahita, you're welcome. Carolina, I really appreciate you for moderating. My name is Adrian. I'm here in Victoria, Canada, and I will be here for you tomorrow. We will be doing, I believe, some writing with our members first, and then listening part 1 and part 2 for our subscribers. Subscribe to the channel. It's free. It's a great way to get notifications for these live classes. Goodbye, everybody. Have an awesome rest of your day. Much love to all of you, wherever you are.